kids are gonna ask me how she died.
And you'll tell them.
Tell them what? Aunt Nellie killed herself?
Yes, that's better than lying. Just saying nothing like Dad did.
What do I say?
You answer the question that's asked. Don't elaborate. Don't offer information that's not requested. Just tell them that their feelings are correct and they're safe. And it's okay to be curious. And sad. Tell them you're sad too.
It was Theo that told her how to be amazing.
They ask why.
Tell them you don't know. No one knows. That's okay. Because I don't want to have to tell them that I'm fucking pissed at Auntie Nell, who should have known better than most, what this does to a family. She fucking knew better. She did it anyway.
Oh, man.
I gotta go. Sorry, I can't, Cheryl.
Ugh. We saw that in Shirley's episode. Oh my god. Ugh.
They don't believe me.
About what?
Anything.
I'm sorry.
Oh, mate.
First they said Abigail's not real. Now they said the basement's not real. It's not in the blueprints. And whatever was down there, they definitely don't believe me. Nobody ever believes me.
I believe you.
She knows. Different.
Maybe we can prove it to them. You said something about a ladder. You were down there?
Damn it, Theo knows her onions. She's smart. Although not smart enough to know don't go down to the basement in a house full of ghosts. Without a torch? I'm not ready for another jump scare, guys. Where's the zombie? God, don't turn your back on anything, Theo.
You were so scared.
No. Ugh. Don't do it.
Oh, hi. I'm so sorry to just drop in on you like this. This is gonna sound really strange, but would you mind if I took a quick look down in your basement?
She's gonna shine in the fuck out of this basement, isn't she? Oh no.
No, please, no.
Oh God, no. Oh God. Oh, that poor little girl. Knew it.
It's just a normal basement.
That's what we keep telling her.
I'll dive back in with her this week.
Thank you. Thanks.
Oh, you piece of shit.
What are you, looking at?
Your smile.
Oh,
That's right.
never makes it to the eyes.
And social services, too. I'm sure the guy will confess if you just get them here. No, I'm gonna wait for the cops.
Shit, Theo is a hero.
It's a book of secrets that they were trying to hide.
How do you figure that?
I don't know. I could tell when I picked it up.
Like you could tell there's a false floor in the pantry? Like an operation. It's not on any of the blueprints. They didn't want anyone to find it. But you did.
What's going on?
Honey? Honey? What's wrong?
Shit. Pause. Pause. So she just saw her mum on like the night when she died. She was in a white nightie, wasn't she? And she had a blue eye, or like a white eye, but something was off with the eye is the point. And there was blood all over, like, one side of her, hang on, wherever. There was blood all over one side of her head, the opposite side to the eye. I couldn't even see the other eye. Did she blow her brains out? That was horrible. And she knows what she feels is true, so she's... Oh, God. Play. You'd get your ass to jail. It makes me so angry. You adopt children. These kids have already been let down once.
How the hell did she find this?
No idea.
Because she's got the shine in.
Like you guessed about in the ledger. You know those headaches I get sometimes? They started when I was a little girl. And when I get them, I see all sorts of... Your grandmother was like that too. She was sensitive. I've wondered if you and your sisters might be a little sensitive. And I asked Nellie what she thought about the house when we moved in. She said it was loud.
Wow.
Such an odd word she chose. Sensitive people, they sometimes need, well, these will help with the cold. And the other thing.
Oh.
We'll talk a lot more about it as you get older. But in the meantime, if you're feeling overwhelmed and you think nobody will understand, you can talk to me.
Thanks.
You're not scared Shirley's gonna kill you for this?
Pretty good at secrets.
Fair fucking play, though.
You got a couple things wrong in there, by the way. You found the old bootlegging basement. That was me. You know, I was pretty impressed by what you wrote about that night.
What night?
The last one.
Uh-huh.
Considering that you were asleep for what? Like 99% of it?
So what are you gonna do with the money?
I'm gonna get my fucking PhD.
No. Is she gonna do what I think she's gonna do? You should not do this, Theo. I think you should not. Keep checking just in case the mum comes back. Oh, Theo. This is gonna be fucking awful, isn't it? I don't want it. I don't want to see it. What did she say? Theo is not prone to histrionics. It must have been fucking awful.
Shirley found your checkbook. Individual account.
You're not gonna tell her, are you? I mean, it's just as bad for you as it is for me.
He took the money.
Well, hang on.
Oh.
Are you okay?
Yeah, just we barely said 2 words to each other. How are you? How was your day? Stuff like that.
Well, let's see. My day.
Oh,
I found out that a 9-year-old that I was treating was getting molested by her foster dad. But that just means the girl goes back into the system, so it's a gamble at best. So, you know, good job me. She just needed help and no one was listening. And it's so much like Nellie. So, should we talk about your day or would you rather come to bed?
Team Trish. I ship it. Oh no. I mean, yes, I want to, but no.
Come on. Come on.
Stop! Let go! Let go of me! Let go! Don't touch me! Don't touch me! Don't touch me!
Touch me.
Oh my god. Firstly, my favourite episode so far. That was amazing. Amazing. I love Theo. To both Stephen and Shirley, Theo seems kind of peripheral and like kind of like the wild child, devil may care. And she also seems quite cold. And seeing it from Theo's perspective, it's like actually she's really protective. She's fiercely protective. Like she spends all day protecting children. That's what she does. She gets up, she goes to work, she protects children, and she comes home. She is a protector. And the way that she intervened when Mrs. Dudley was like accosting Luke to try and keep him out of the dumbwaiter thing. And like she didn't lose it at Mrs. Dudley, but she was really clear. So what we now know is that when Theo touches something, she sees its or their history. It's like the ultimate empathy. Touch the person, she knows what's going on. She touches an object, she knows where it comes from and what the emotional attachment to the object is. This is amazing. And what we see her do is use that to help this child who is incapable of telling her own story because she's compartmentalized her abuse so that she doesn't actually now know that it's her dad, her foster dad, that's abusing her. So, and she can't get a reading off the girl because the girl's compartmentalised so much. It's not like she's feeling it and not telling her, she's buried it. So she goes to the source, she knows that the girl's located Mr. Smiley in the basement, she goes to the basement and she finds out. What we also see her do is she's angry at now, she wants to understand how she could kill herself, and we don't even know if Nels killed herself. At this point, I'm gambling and no. Actually, I think something much worse is happened, and I'm sure we're going to see it, and I'm sure I'm going to scream. But anyway, that happened. So we got to see her go down into that morgue. She touched now, and she clearly saw something fucking horrific. Because, as I think I said when it happened, Theo is understatement all the way. You know, if she got her leg blown off, she'd be like, there was a leg-related incident. She's very deadpan, very understated. So for her to, like, fly back into the other gurney thing, scream her head off, something bad, really, really bad happened. I hope we see that soon. We also got to see the basement. So the other way that she used to touch was that after Luke had the incident in the basement, where, by the way, what the fuck was that in the basement? It didn't look like a ghost. It looked like a long dead person that had reanimated at the sound. It was horrible, and it moved like the fucking clappers as well across that floor. Ripped Luke's poor little Jim Jams. Luke's then, like, bereft because nobody actually believes him that this has even happened. The basement's not on the blueprints, and, you know. So Theo touches him, she knows it's real, so she goes down. She actually uses like this little distance thing to the ladder. She works out the ladder must go up to something. So she finds the thing, she goes down, no zombie, apparently no other ghosts, but I'm sure there probably were. And then she opens this dusty old door that's got a cobweb, I swear, like fucking half an inch thick over the twisty thing, the latch. And she finds a ledger. It turns out it's a bootlegging operation from back in the day. She's then, like, her mum is now on to The Shining because her mum also has The Shining, or like her version of it, which is the migraines. Clearly she has some visions, and now that resonates because she said before that in the past these visions were always colourful. They were like colour, I can't remember the exact phrase she used, but there were lots of different colours. But the one that she had at Hill House, and she hasn't had one for a year, the one she had at Hill House was completely black. She said it was like fireworks but pitch black. It does not sound particularly promising for the fate of her, but we already know her fate is, you know, toast. But anyway, the point of the story is she says, welcome basically to the sisterhood. The sisterhood of this family all has The Shining. Grandma had it, whatever had it. Nels, you know, said the house is loud. Shirley talks funny stuff in her dreams, like it's going on. Luke's seeing ghosts. So she gives Theo her first set of gloves so that she can choose whether she has to feel things or not. It's amazing. And clearly she sees herself being able to help Theo over time develop these skills and how to manage them. But obviously we know that's not what happens. And we know that's not what happens, not just because of previous episodes, but because when it was a previous scene, but you know why I'm saying it here. When Theo had touched her mum, suddenly the hand was covered in blood, and when she looked up, it wasn't her, you know, she wasn't in the clothes she was wearing, she was in that white nightie thing, and one of her eyes was like a really light blue or white. It was like almost glowing. And it looked like the other side of her head had been blown off. There was blood and matted hair all over the place. I'm going to be freeze framing the hell out of that scene later so that I can like figure out exactly. So Theo's trying to deal with everything that's happened to her in this horrific day. She's got to deal with this 9-year-old girl who's been molested. She's just found out her sister's died. She's terrified for the fate of that girl, but also has now just seen the fate of her little baby sister. That number of Trishes she's been keeping around, she uses it and Trish comes over, and that's lovely. I totally ship those two. I think this could be a good thing. We also find out Stephen's solution to the sibling issue was to say, guys, look, we'll share the money, and offered them like 8% each. Which I kind of think is fair. I do understand that if I was one of the others, I would probably feel completely differently, because I'd be like, that's my life. I want to choose if I tell people about the most horrific thing that's ever happened to me. I don't want people to buy it for $6.99 down the shop. I get that, I really do. And all of our stories are our own stories, and they will necessarily involve other people. So I think probably outside of child abuse, I'd say most, potentially rape, most things would be fair game. If they've happened to you, like it's part of your life. The reason I block out those other things is I think that, I don't think you should be able to out someone as a survivor of sexual assault or anything like that. So yeah, I kind of, after weighing the cases, I've surprised myself with actually coming down on the side of Stephen and everyone who took the money. We've seen another little bit, another slice of the last night at Hill House, and that looked scary as, it looked very scary. But what I did see was like a porcelain face, which again makes me think the statue theory might not be quite as ridiculous. Like the hills are in the statues or something. But anyway, by the by, I think I saw like a horizontal shot of a statue, but it looked alive. It was like porcelain skin. It had the same colour eye that the mum had. The dad pushed the mum against a wall. Like, what would have him do that? But yes, I absolutely loved that episode. So until the next time, bye bye.